Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Over 50. I have a delightful guest that you guys want to stay tuned for. Her name is Kim Hale. Thank you.
Hey, it's so nice to see you. Oh my gosh. Like I kind of in the flesh, not in the flesh, but not just
Kind of right.
like live. Let's say live.
Live, right? Yes. So this is so exciting. So the first question I always ask all my guests is their age. So how old are you?
I'm 54 years old. Don't be fooled, by the way. I'm 54.
Yes.
Yes, and proud of it. I made it.
Oh, I exactly. I love that you said that. It's not just you're 54, you're proud of being 54.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, my fellow 54 person.
Oh
Yes,
yes, I forgot. Yes, I'm also 54. 54 is a good year. I
it
feel
is.
like
It is.
people said 50 would be good. Like you start to let go of things. I needed a little more time. I was on the like slow
Yeah,
train.
and that's fine, right?
But at 54, people have to reimagine their lives, and the way I communicate with people is a little different. And people that know me or have known me, it's a little adjustment to, oh my gosh, I finally have some boundaries and things like that. And I'm not
Oh,
afraid to speak up. And for some people, that makes them uncomfortable because they knew me in a different way. So
yeah.
it's all a journey.
It's on the journey. And I always tell, like, at least for my clients, I always tell them when they get through that stage where they're speaking up more for themselves and maybe people that they've had in the past are not used to it, I tell them to get comfortable with the people around them being uncomfortable because they're going to be like, what's going on? You have to be comfortable with that because sometimes we're not, and then we want to change back. I'm like, that's not the goal.
I'm going to
The
take
goal
that
is
with
for you to
me.
stand on it. Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna take that with me. That's good. Being uncomfortable. I'm still working on that one. Be
It's hard.
being
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I love
Yeah.
that.
Because not everyone's going to be on board. They're going to be like, why? And then sometimes we want to switch back. And I'm like, no, no. We're moving towards this goal. Stick with it. And eventually it becomes more comfortable for you. But in the beginning, it's kind of hard because you're
Yeah.
like, why are they acting this way? Yeah. So one of the things I want to ask you is before we even begin, can you just tell our listeners, viewers, what you about you? Just a little bit about you. I know kind of a little bit, but you need to share with them too.
Yeah, so I'm 54. I'm proud to be 54. I'm in the greatest part of my life. I feel like this has been an amazing milestone to get here. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I also lived in New York City for 15 years. People who know me from social media, I was a professional dancer. I stepped away from that probably in my 30s. I lost the love of it. And in my 50s, I kind of rediscovered a love for it and had some dreams that I still was curious about and that I was interested in what I call reimagining, because you can't approach them the same as I did when I was in my 20s or 30s. And just kind of have been exploring that. And it's been a personal gift, regardless of what the outcome is. I just did a post the other day about you can dream big, you can't control the outcome, but you can give it all you've got. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm going to give it all my God. I'm going to do the things that I love, and that's what I'm really about, and see where life takes me. I've had lots of other lives as well, as a publicist, as a social media manager, as I was a professor at a university. I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things.
Nice.
I've done
Nice.
a lot of things, but I feel like I'm finally getting back to the truer essence of who I am and
Oh,
what makes me happy instead of trying to fit into a box of what I think, other people will think. And I think the biggest tip, if I'm to be truly transparent, I
mhm.
lost both my second parent in right before COVID, 2019.
Mm.
And in some ways, that freed me up a bit to just really step into who I am. I wish they had been here to see like this phase
Yeah.
of my life, but always trying to be what I thought they wanted me to be. So in some ways, I miss them so much, but that it freed me to really
Yes.
own who I am.
I love that you just said that because I think one of the people that we want to please from a young age are our parents. And then it can transcend to maybe friends, maybe teachers, spouses, even our kids. But I think our parents are probably one of the first ones that we want to please. And sometimes we do that at the expense of who we truly are, because we think if we do what we really want, they might not like that. So you kind of go with the flow. So I'm so glad you shared that, because I'm sure there's some people listening and saying, "Ooh, that's me."
Yeah, we're just
So
at that stage of our life where we're all experiencing those transitions and that experience, So it's good,
yeah.
and it's all part of the journey. And I pushed against them my whole life, what they thought, but I finally was able to just do it. So I think that's the key.
Yes. So listen, I'm gonna put the links down below. But if you are not following Kim, you need to be following her. She dances all the time. Like, I just like, because I love dancing, but she does this. This is her thing. She does this. And you need to follow her on Instagram, you need to follow her on TikTok. And in addition to just dancing, she also shares who she is and what it's about. And in doing so, she's very inspiring and motivating. So if you're not following her, I'll put the links down below. You need to start following her today. So tell me how you got started in dance.
Well, like most people, I started as a young age. I was curious. My parents put me in dance class. I, of course, had a little bit more focus at a young age, and
Mhm.
I knew that that's what I wanted to do against everybody else. My mom always said it's just supposed to be a hobby, and I would be in the kitchen practicing. And she always thought I was too serious about everything. You're just supposed to try ballet and you try gymnastics and you try, but I just really was fixated on that. So it's been in my life on and off. I say we, I have like, it's always my first love, but I've
Oh,
kind of had a love hate relationship because I think for me, I realize now and in this moment, actually, as I got older and I couldn't do things that I did when I was younger, I kind of couldn't embrace that or find a way
mm,
to accept that. So it was easier for me to step away and take away the thing I love rather than learn how to reimagine it. Wow,
mm.
I just had a light bulb moment for myself.
Wow.
I never,
Wow.
I never
Wow.
put it that way. But I got to write that down.
Yes.
But yeah, that I took it away because I didn't think I could be the way I was,
Oh,
as
wow.
opposed to just learning how to reimagine it. And that's where I'm at now. And that's the journey that I'm sharing now is how do I reimagine it? And the biggest piece was I started doing some little auditions and things, and I was always getting picked to be the hip hop dance. People want to see the white haired lady do hip hop, but I really decided at one point, I asked my friend, I'm kind of tired. I really want to learn how to do it. I don't
Mm,
want to bastardize something that's actually a
yeah.
technique, something that has value, something that has contributed to the world, is worldwide. And so I actually want to learn how to do it and not do it in a way that just makes fun. Sometimes
Right.
I do a little bit, but I
Yeah.
actually wanted to be able to learn. And so I just made
Mhm.
that commitment to myself and put myself around younger people. And when I remember the first time I went to take class at the studio I go to in LA, and literally somebody really gave me shade. They really threw me shade at the lineup at the door.
Yeah.
Like, you're taking this class? Yeah, I'm taking this class.
Exactly. And I think that's the one thing that we have to embrace as we get older. There are going to be people that might not agree with the decisions that we make, but seriously, if it's what you want to do, go for it. Because we're not, I always say over 50 doesn't fit into, they come in all shapes, shades, and sizes. We don't fit into one box. And
That's
so
why I'm always
go.
laughing. I know you probably see it. I'm always like, now I've surrendered the grandmother. And it's not that I don't have anything against grandmothers. I loved my grandmother. My grandmother
Yes.
was fierce. But
Yes.
is it just because I have white hair, you think I'm a grandmother?
That's it. Exactly.
It's
Right.
like, I'm really 54 years old. I'm not married and I don't have kids.
Kids. So you don't even have grandchildren, you know?
And I do have nieces and nephews, but it's like it used to get me so hard. Now I just put it out there. It's like, oh yes, grandma's doing it again. Go right. We're gonna go with it. But every once in
Exactly.
a while, I do have to like check in and say, is it really that? That's it? Just because I have white hair, I'm a grandmother.
Right. Exactly.
That's what really changed my whole approach actually to social media. It
Hmm.
was at first it was like ugh, and then it was funny, and I go back and forth, but it was really it opened my eyes to this conversation about expanding what's possible at every age. And so once I realized that that's kind of the story that I want to tell, social media became a little bit easier because I had an intention behind it of
Mm.
what I was trying. It wasn't just me dancing. It's like this is what's possible at every age.
Yes.
And that, I mean, I follow people who do all kinds of things I can't do that are older than me. So we're not just caught in, and that goes for younger people too. Like there's
Yeah.
entrepreneurs who are 16-year-olds old, 15-year-olds running their
Yes.
business, killing it on making money in social media, content creators, all of it. So it's not just about older people, it's also about every age.
Yes, I agree. And you just talk saying that it's really true. It's like it applies across the gamut. It's just that I think sometimes on social media, when you're a certain age, you're pigeonholed and you're like it's like you're doing something like, why are you doing that? And then they'll be like, then they'll make statements like, shouldn't you be doing something, grandma? I mean, they'll make all kinds of comments. So, and I think that's why I'm doing this show, because I really want to showcase our voices and let people know that we really have something to offer. And I know there are a few people who probably get a few of these comments and they're just like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. But I just want to kind of encourage to keep on going. It's there, but your message is bigger than that. And that's one of the reasons why I love what you do. You dance, but you also have a message to share while you're dancing, which I think is really important. So you talked about hip hop. So what was when you were doing dance as a young child, what was kind of dance were you doing?
Ballet,
Oh,
mainly
okay.
ballet,
Okay.
ballet, and then like more Broadway theater
Oh,
style.
okay. Cool.
But I loved hip hop, and I always was drawn to it. And the thing I love about so much is just I can get so much out. I love
Yes.
to stomp on the floor. I love to get. I could come in from a day after work and just let go. And sometimes I surprise myself. I have a lot inside, and it comes out. And so it's just been a great release for me and challenging. And I've gained a deeper respect for the art form,
Hmm.
actually, and how much goes into it, how musical it is, how
Yeah.
challenging it is, how it draws on other techniques. I've learned so much. I have an amazing teacher by the name of Dexter Carr, who's
Hmm.
incredible and who welcomed me into the space. Now
Oh,
there's a few
nice.
more people that come. I go to a lot of different levels for different reasons, but my home
Hmm.
base would be like the beginner class. And that class is like all types of people. It's amazing. It's just like
Oh,
a
love
lot of
it.
fun. It's
Love
great.
it. Love it. So with regards to different studios, I saw a picture of you with Debbie Allen. What was that about?
So I have worked with Debbie Allen on and off for probably, I know people they haven't quite figured that out yet. I haven't talked too much about it, but I worked for her for probably the past 10 years in different capacities.
Hmm.
Starting with, I was a teacher in her studio in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
wow.
We started there. And then when I was trying to get out of dance, and really was on a mission to be taken seriously,
Hmm.
she kind of was the person who was the example for me that
Oh,
that dance will lead you a lot of places. An
yes.
example of somebody who started as a dancer who's now executive producer on Grey's Anatomy. She recently choreographed. People don't even know that she choreographed Mariah's performance on the BET Awards the other night with Lotto.
Oh, wow.
He was the one who choreographed that at 75. Hello. Let's say it again. At 75, choreographed Mariah
Yes,
Carey on
yes,
the
yes.
BET Awards.
Wow.
At 75,
Wow.
it's major.
Wow.
So
Wow.
she's been a huge inspiration in my life. She's definitely the tough love on me. She will definitely get on me and push me for sure. And she, like, if you think of the character on Fame, Lydia Grant, she definitely is that person.
That's how I remember her.
Oh
Like,
no, it's
I
like
love that show.
you think you did a good job. She's like, you got more in you. That's okay, you did that, but let's go on to the next thing. So
Wow.
we have danced together. I've worked for her in a lot of capacities, like I said, a lot of capacities. And it was with
Wow.
her that I actually first started doing social media and kind of got involved in that. So she's just a huge inspiration to me and also of what's possible. I mean, she's still working, like working, like she's
Yeah.
not sitting back at
Mm.
75. hitting
I
it.
know. Love it. You're right. That's an example of what's possible. I mean, I really want women to believe that there are endless possibilities available. And it's not just to one person, it's available to all of us. You just have to step into it. You have to step into it. So tell me about your appearance on your birthday on the Ellen show. Like, what was that about?
That was incredible. So I actually, a friend of mine said, Ellen Show's looking for some people to be in the audience and get up and dance. I think you'd be amazing. So it was I think it was right before COVID. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
like 2 months before.
Yeah.
And anyway, I ended up getting the job, and I was like a plant in the audience. And at the time, I didn't even have my white hair, but they had me really dressed down, like just looking like your neighbor, your next door neighbor.
Right.
And then, coming out and dancing. Twitch was there. It was a contest of do
Wow.
you think they can dance? Again,
Mhm.
do you think this person can dance? And
Mm,
looking at me and thinking you couldn't. And I come out,
right.
bam, 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 hitting it. So it shocked her. She was dying laughing. I actually was back on like a few months ago again
Uh-huh.
with Twitch hosting, and the same thing. He always thinks I'm not going to be able to dance. And this time I had the white hair. So I really
Yeah.
threw. People were just really not
I'm
ready.
sure they were like, what? What?
Again, it's this dialogue. Again, it was in some ways it was that game. If I'm to be honest, looking back, it plays into the stereotype.
It does. It does.
Like, oh, the white haired lady's not going to be able to dance. So
And you
it
show them.
sides to it, but so fun. Ellen was so cool. Twitch was so cool, and just
Nice.
such a gift and something fun that I can have forever. And
Exactly. I mean, think about those memories. Like you
yeah,
have that. You
oh,
did that.
good ones, some really good ones. Yeah.
And I know you've done some work on Netflix. Tell us about that.
Yes. Again, right before COVID. This time, everything is gauged off COVID. And that summer of 2019, I was fortunate enough to work on a Christmas movie, or it was 2018 or 19, for Netflix, directed by Debbie Allen, choreographed by Debbie Allen, with Dolly Parton, which was incredible. We shot in Atlanta in the middle of
Wow.
summer in full Christmas winter attire in Atlanta, sweating, sweating. And just a beautiful story about
Wow.
families and healing and
Mm.
forgiveness. And it was such a great experience. And to be honest, I had done a lot of stage work, but most of my opportunities, the biggest opportunities I have had, have come after 50.
Wow.
Like I was literally living in New York and
Look at that.
working as a dancer in my 20s and training every day and working hard and working hard. And I actually do a bit more. It's expanded now than when I was on that grind. And it's kind of really amazing and cool. And I was actually in better shape and all of that, those things. But it's been fun to revisit it now and, kind of see where things lead. But
Wow.
that was an incredible experience. I mean,
I,
Dolly Parton is exactly the way you would
I,
think.
oh my
Exactly.
word.
100%. What you see is what you get. She comes to
Oh,
set with a full beat on. She is the
love
exact
it.
same. Yes. And another person, still doing it. Who knows how old she is? I don't even know how old
I
she
don't
is.
know,
Nobody
but
knows. She transcends.
you
But
know.
so incredible to be around so many. Jennifer Lewis was also in it, who is
Oh, nice.
it's
Yeah.
so fun. Oh my gosh, I loved working with her. It's so fun. It keeps everybody laughing. But all these women who actually thinking back that I've been around that have just been such great examples of life doesn't end. That narrative is over.
It
That
is.
it
It
ends
is.
like it's over at 50. I could show you so many amazing people over 50. Like you would be shocked. There's
Yeah.
just so much possibility.
Yeah. And I think you just have to be open to the idea because sometimes, we hear so much from society, social media, and sometimes we can kind of buy into their story, and their story wants us to be invisible. And so when you buy into that story, sometimes you think, oh no, you can't be doing that. I can't wear this. I can't do this. And really, you get to make your rules. You really do. You get to decide. Like, you want to wear that? Yeah, you can wear it. You want to do this? Yes, you can go for it. And I think when you turn 50, I think 50 and over is just a special age, that whole age after 50, because not everyone gets to experience that. And so And also, too, you have a lot of experience and wisdom at this point. So you're just a different being. And the possibilities, as you said, are endless at this point, you know?
True. And I think, I had been right in 2020, I was really looking for work at that time.
Mm,
I'd been laid
mm,
off. And I definitely experienced ageism.
of course.
Like couldn't get past the bots in the computer, like system.
Mm,
Took my degree, like had to minimize myself, like had to take off years on my degree,
yeah.
had to take things off to really try to get in the system.
In this,
It's so
yeah.
electronic. And it's so sad because you're like, wow, I come with all of this experience, and I get the I'm here for the future and I'm here for all of that. But wow, I love what you just said. They want you to be invisible. No, I'm not
Yeah.
invisible.
No, we're here and we
We're
have so
here.
much to offer.
Yes, we have so much to offer. And that was really a push to like start just creating my own stuff.
Exactly. Okay, I'm going to do my own. And that
Create my own life, my own way. And it always seems to work out. It always
it's
works out.
working out. And, and what you're doing, you're an example of what's possible because we see you out there
I
and we
appreciate
know it's not easy, but you're doing it, you
it. I
know.
don't have a huge retirement, but I'm out here. I'm gonna live each day, That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Learned that through the past 2 years. I think that was for me the greatest gift is that you have to live life. You have to be in the moment. You have to enjoy what you do. I even returned to a job that I had had before, but my mindset is so different. I'm not on the like 24/7 call anymore. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I just am not. And
Yeah.
I used to. So again, that readjustment of like, no, you're not texting me at 5 a.m. and I'm going to answer. I'm not doing it.
Right. And then setting those boundaries and giving yourself permission that you can set those. Because I think sometimes you think, well, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Do it.
It's okay. And so that was, in so many ways, that time was a gift
Mm,
because I just had to rethink. And I also had a serious skin cancer surgery. I
mm.
talked a little bit about it, like literally my face, like bandages. It was
Oh,
so
wow.
something that I had on my face for a long time. Nobody caught it. And finally, I got to the right doctor. I had
Hmm.
bumped my head in a hotel. I thought I had a concussion. And
Hmm.
he said, I'm not actually worried about that, but this on your face, they tested it and
Mm.
it was bad. And so coming out of that, of like you're in quarantine, you're by yourself, the only thing you can do is go within because nobody can come with you to, the surgery or anything. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Then I got Bell's palsy after. It's like I went through this whole
Yeah.
thing. And so there
Yeah.
you go. Okay, I surrender. I got to live my life. I have to live. I have to do what I love
Yeah.
and reimagine it all.
Yeah. And going within is so important because sometimes we try to use things externally to kind of fulfill us. Listen, it starts inside. And I want everyone listening to realize that and to really acknowledge that they are the expert of their own life. No one else knows you better than you know yourself. And so I know sometimes we want to look to others like, listen, it's within you. Really start to trust yourself again because I think building that trust in yourself is hard because, over the years, you kind of look to everyone else. It really is time for us to trust ourselves even more and know that we have the information that we need with inside. It starts within. It really
I
does.
think I heard Oprah say something. If you're asking everybody, like, what do I do? You already know the answer. Why are you doing
Yes.
this?
Just
I'm so paraphrasing, but the concept was like, you're asking everyone what should I don't even do that anymore. I really
yeah.
don't. If I don't know, I just have to wait. But I don't ask for a lot of opinions anymore. And I moved and I had to buy new furniture. I don't take 2 hours. I just go with what I want. I can't overanalyze. Some things I do, but I've definitely learned not to just ask people what should I do, unless some situations, but not like should I pick blue or purple? No, do you want blue or do you want purple? Some life things you got to get a little advice, but
Mhm.
you don't have to run to everybody for everything.
No,
You already
no. Yeah.
trust yourself. I think that's the lesson is
Yeah,
trust.
trust yourself,
Yeah.
because you're never gonna steer yourself wrong. You won't. If it's incorrect, you can, switch gears, but
Course
trust yourself.
correct, as they say. Course correct.
You can do that. Thank you so much. So before we go, I just want you to kind of maybe share some words of wisdom to our listeners, our viewers, because you're always sharing all kinds of nuggets of wisdom on social media. So anything that you want to share with them before we go.
I think that, now is the time to step into your greatness, to step into what you love to do, and to not wait any longer. You may have to reimagine it. What is the dream that you've always had in the back of your mind that you've, tiptoed around as you've gotten older? Is there a way to reimagine it? Do you love figure skating? Do you love gardening? Do you love hiking? How can you fit that into your life today? And that's my advice to you, because I actually have done that with a few different things, with dance, with figure skating, with a few things that I really loved as a child. It didn't go away. Yes, I had to reimagine it, but it definitely lifted my spirit and helped me to step into who I am. So I encourage you to do the same. It changed my life, and I bet you, I can't say for sure, that it will uplift your spirit.
Yes, I agree. I think it will uplift them. And most importantly, that'll be something that they can check off that they did. Because, if not, you're going to regret it at the end. And so you can say, I
Yeah.
checked it.
I know. It's like I used to love to figure skate as a kid. I went to the figure skating rink. It was the dead of summer. First of all, it's cool inside. It's free air conditioning. Hit that. And it was fun and relaxing just for an hour to skate around in that little circle. And
Oh,
it was just fun. And it just
yeah.
brings that spirit out that maybe we forgot about.
Yes. Love, love, love it. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you for all of you for listening. And for those of you, just thinking, I love what we're talking about. I'd love to know more. I definitely encourage you to check out my online community called Flourish, where we're talking about this every day. Like these are the conversations that we're having, and realizing that the possibilities are endless. So I'm going to put the link down below. You can click on it to learn more. Thank you everyone for listening. And yes, 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 yes. And I look forward to seeing all of you next week. Remember, Tuesday is always the day that I publish these videos. So I look forward to seeing you next week for a new episode. Take care, everyone. Bye. If you enjoyed listening to the show, you have to take a look at Flourish, my monthly online community for women in their 50s and beyond. We talk about the important issues affecting women in their 50s and over, and provide tools and resources to help you live your best life. Join me by clicking the link Flourish Online Community in the About Me section below. I'd love to have you join me. See you there.